Welcome back to the channel, boys. Fabloonski's coming at your neck with this Endgame Celestial Nighthawk build. And I know that this is something that one of my subscribers asked for, so this is pretty much for you. But anybody who wants to utilize Celestial Nighthawk and get a lot of super energy back and just have it up often, this is also the same build for you. So let's break this down. So my subclass of choice is bottom tree gunslinger, which is way up the sharpshooter, mainly for two perks right here. We got line 'em up, enables persistent damage with golden gun, precision hits with golden gun generate orbs of light, increases damage and extend its duration. But we also got this perk right here, practice makes perfect, enter a trance with each precision hit, reducing the cooldown of your golden gun. These two are going to work really well with this build because I'm trying to get my super back as much as possible, as well as doing increased precision damage with the golden gun. Celestial Nighthawk shoots like one beam or like one shot of golden gun, but it's like super high damage. So being able to enable precision damage with that shot is just what you want to do. It does so much damage, great for boss damage. So I'm going to come back to the loadout in a second, but first I want to hop onto the stats. So there's 4 stats that I really want to focus on right here: mobility, recovery, discipline, and intellect. The main one out of those 4 is intellect. I'm rocking 81 intellect. I didn't want to go for 100 because then it would take away from my other stats, but I got 59 discipline, which hurts a little bit because I wanted to get 60, but I didn't want to use the materials to masterwork any one of my gear, so I'll just take 59. We got 55 recovery, so that way my health comes back a little bit quicker. And then we got 52 mobility, so my dodge is on a 20-second cooldown. The main focus of this build isn't the dodge, so that's okay with me. Resilience and strength, resilience and strength don't really matter, but these are the 4 stats that I kind of wanted to be, on an even playing field, which I did achieve, but I wanted the intellect to be the highest one out of those 4. So I did achieve my goal with this build, or with the stats rather. So let's talk about my loadout now. I'm using a pulse rifle with unstoppable burst. I'm also rocking Divinity with overload rounds, and it's also a debuff, and I'm rocking a sword. Now the main reason I'm rocking this loadout as opposed to Izanagi's here and then like some kind of pulse rifle right here or something like that is because I want to have the ability to unstop champions, or stagger them rather, and I want to have the ability to overload the champions because I'm rocking counter charge, which is going to allow me to become charged with light. So these 2 weapons plus that mod is going to synergize very well together. So let's move on to the gear, and my first piece is Celestial Nighthawk, which is my exotic helmet piece of choice. Now the armor perk that comes on is Hawkeye Hack. Modifies golden gun to fire a single high damage shot. Enemies eliminated by a shot explode and grant you super energy. So this is very good for the champions actually. I'm pretty sure you can one-shot them. It's also very good for any type of boss damage, like in a raid or anything like that. You can chunk down the damage. It does a lot, especially that with like Divinity or Oppressive Darkness. You can do some serious damage with this exotic. I'm also rocking a discipline mod and a special ammo finder so I can have more Divinity. On the arms, I got a discipline mod as well. We got fastball so I can throw my grenades faster. We got enhanced pulse rifle loader because I am rocking a pulse rifle and it has a pretty low reload speed. Well, unless I proc outlaw, but this is just going to make it even faster. And we got taking charge, so I will become charged with light whenever I pick up an orb of light. So on my chest piece, like I stated earlier, I'm rocking counter charge. You guys already know what it does. And then we got supercharge, so I can have 4 stacks of charge with light up from 2. On my legs, we're rocking an intellect mod. I have pretty high intellect roll on this armor piece. I have 30 intellect. Then we got 2 enhanced sword scavenger mods, so whenever I do get a heavy brick to drop, I get a lot of sword ammo. And then we're rocking shield break charge, so I would become charged with light whenever I break combatant shield with the matching energy type. I have arc and void, and I think that in this week's nightfall, actually no, there's more solar, but you know, I'll take this for right now. So whenever I break any of the shields, I become charged with light. And on my hunter cloak, and this is where the build all comes together, we got a discipline mod. We got Absolution, reduces all ability cooldowns each time you pick up an orb of light. I'm using a masterwork weapons. Well, I'm using 2 masterwork weapons. So being able to produce orbs of light and then get my abilities back faster just from picking it up is going to be very nice for me. And then we got energy converter. Now this is what I was talking about, is it's all going to come together. When I was charged with light, throwing your grenade consumes all your stacks of charge with light. It's going to give you a maximum of 50% super energy, as long as you're under 50%. If you're over 50%, it does not work. I use this mod all the time. It's great for any type of build that you're trying to get your super back a lot, and especially with something like Celestial Nighthawk where you're going to want to have that up a lot. Being able to have this mod and throw your grenade, I think right now it is a little bit bugged though. I haven't been getting the max amount of super energy. It says up to 50%. I've been getting like 35 or 40, but even so, you know, being able to get that much super energy just for throwing a grenade is super valuable. Plus with the bottom tree gunslinger, just for landing precision hits, you're going to get your super back even faster. So this works very well with this specific build, and being able to have Celestial Nighthawk, I mean, come on, we can burst down any champion, boss damage, whatever it is, or if there's just a lot of ads, you pierce through them, blow them all up, get super energy back. It's going to synergize very well with this mod. So I personally haven't used Celestial Nighthawk with bottom tree gunslinger in such a long time. I haven't really been playing Hunter much. I've been more playing Titan, and even when I do use supers, I tend to use roaming supers or supers that I can cast multiple of. For instance, bottom tree tether is a Hunter subclass that I usually use whenever I am on Hunter, just because I like the fact that you can just keep spamming arrows. It feels really fun. But having Celestial Nighthawk and being able to pop your golden gun and burst down any type of champion, and if it's not a champion, then do crazy amounts of damage to a boss, something like that, is so valuable. And then if you do get the kill, it causes them to explode, and then you get super energy back. There was actually a lot of times where I wasn't even getting the full usage out of energy converter just because I got so much super energy back. But let's say if I wasn't able to get the kill on like a boss, or if I'm using this build in a raid or something like that, just for that extra damage and then throw the grenade, you still get super energy back that way. So having energy converter, even though sometimes it might not be used, for the times that you don't get the super energy back, it's like a safety net. So you're always gonna get some super energy back with this build, and I found that really fun. Seeing the enemies explode whenever landing a crit, it just felt really satisfying. Plus being able to literally solo most of the champions, actually if not all the champions in the 1050 Nightfall, was very easy. It took off a lot of the stress of the team of having to coordinate fire, because all I had to do was stagger them or disrupt them and then pop my golden gun and finish them off that way. I found this build to be very fun simply for the fact that I am able to pop the super so many times, and those are usually the type of builds that I like to use. I like to use my super often, and any type of build that allows me to do so, whether it's a boss depleting super like this one, and as long as I can pop it a lot, it doesn't matter to me, or a roaming super, which is what I tend to generate towards or go towards. Those are the ones I like. So as long as I can pop my super a lot, it doesn't matter, it could be anything. So I had a lot of fun with this build. You guys should try it out too. Plus it could be very useful for Beyond Light, because we're getting a new raid and we might be getting new strikes with the new Nightfall or something like that, and you never know what the meta is going to be. Although I will say stasis is probably going to be highly utilized in the DLC, it doesn't hurt to just have this just in case, maybe for the raid the strat is to run Nighthawk or whatever, or tether, or whatever it might be. But definitely keep this in the vault, because you never know when you're going to need to pull it out. But if you guys like this content, please like, subscribe, and share. It truly helps me out a lot. You can also check out my other videos. Links are in the description below. I have a lot of crazy builds, so go ahead and check that out. And you might as well follow my social media. I have a Twitter and an Instagram, both at @fat_bloonskis. But with all that being said, deuces.